In the Bible, Jesus sent demons into pigs, and the reason will shock you. But the crazy thing is that this was actually a request from the demons themselves. Today, we will dive into one of the most mysterious and intriguing stories in the Bible, which is when demons begged Jesus to send them into a herd of pigs. But before we go any further, we want to thank the sponsor of this video, which is Bible Chat, the #1 Bible app to get Bible-based answers to your everyday questions. Bible Chat is like having a Bible scholar by your side, ready to assist you at any time of the day. So whenever you are at work or at school and someone asks you a difficult question about the Bible, you can simply open the app, ask it the question, and it will give you answers within seconds. Click on the link in the description to use it for free. What does this story mean, and why would demons make such a strange request? This story is recorded in Mark chapter 5, verse 1 to 20, where it says, "They went across the lake to the region of the Gerasenes. When Jesus got out of the boat, a man with an impure spirit came from the tombs to meet him. This man lived in the tombs, and no one could bind him anymore, not even with a chain. For he had often been chained hand and foot, but he tore the chains apart and broke the irons on his feet. No one was strong enough to subdue him. Night and day, among the tombs and in the hills, he would cry out and cut himself with stones. When he saw Jesus from a distance, he ran and fell on his knees in front of him. He shouted at the top of his voice, 'What do you want with me, Jesus, Son of the Most High God? In God's name, don't torture me.' For Jesus had said to him, 'Come out of this man, you impure spirit.' Then Jesus asked him, 'What is your name?' 'My name is Legion,' he replied, 'for we are many.' And he begged Jesus again and again not to send them out of the area. A large herd of pigs was feeding on the nearby hillside. The demons begged Jesus, 'Send us among the pigs. Allow us to go into them.' He gave them permission, and the impure spirits came out and went into the pigs. The herd, about 2,000 in number, rushed down the steep bank into the lake and were drowned. Those tending the pigs ran off and reported this in the town and countryside, and the people went out to see what had happened. When they came to Jesus, they saw the man who had been possessed by the legion of demons, sitting there dressed and in his right mind, and they were afraid. Those who had seen it told the people what had happened to the demon-possessed man, and told about the pigs as well. Then the people began to plead with Jesus to leave their region. As Jesus was getting into the boat, the man who had been demon-possessed begged to go with him. Jesus did not let him, but said, 'Go home to your own people and tell them how much the Lord has done for you, and how he has had mercy on you.' So the man went away and began to tell in the Decapolis how much Jesus had done for him. And all the people were amazed. Rather than immediately casting them into the abyss, a place of imprisonment and torment for evil spirits, Jesus listens to their plea. They beg Jesus not to send them to the abyss, but instead to allow them to enter a nearby herd of pigs grazing on the hillside. It's a strange and unexpected request, one that reveals the demons' desire for embodiment and their unwillingness to be cast into a state of powerless confinement. Why did the demons recognize Jesus? Before we delve into the pigs, let's pause and examine why the demons recognized Jesus so clearly. Demons are spiritual beings who rebelled against God alongside Satan. They dwell in the spiritual realm and are fully aware of God's authority and plan. Unlike humans, who might struggle to recognize Jesus as the Son of God, demons have no doubt about his identity. James chapter 2, verse 19 reminds us, "Even the demons believe and shudder." Their acknowledgement of Jesus' divinity is not a sign of worship, but of terror. They know his power, and they know their time is limited. This leads us to an important truth. Demons fear Jesus because he holds ultimate authority over them. Now let's tackle the big question. Why did the demons ask Jesus to send them into the pigs instead of simply leaving the man they possessed? Firstly, these spirits were water spirits from the marine kingdom, so if they could inhabit the pigs, they could drive them into the waters and go back to their abode. And it was not their time for judgment yet, so Jesus could send them into the pigs. 1. Demons seek embodiment. Demons are spiritual beings, created as angels before their fall, and their corrupted nature drives them to seek a tangible presence in the material world. Unlike God, who is omnipresent and sovereign over all creation, demons are limited beings. They do not have physical form, and therefore rely on possession to exert influence in the physical realm. By inhabiting a body, whether human or animal, they gain a foothold, a means of interacting with and corrupting God's creation. This need for a physical host reveals a fundamental truth about their nature. They are restless and unsatisfied beings, driven by their separation from God. Their rebellion has left them spiritually disordered, and they seek to extend their rebellion into the physical realm. When the demons begged Jesus not to send them into the abyss, it was a desperate plea to avoid a state of complete separation from creation, a place where they would be utterly powerless. The abyss, or the bottomless pit, is a place of confinement for evil spirits, where they are rendered powerless and awaiting final judgment. The demons feared being sent there, as it would strip them of their ability to act. Their plea to inhabit the herd of pigs instead of being cast into the abyss demonstrates their desperation to remain in the material world at all costs. For demons, possessing a physical body provides a channel for their destructive tendencies and furthers their rebellion against God. It allows them to manipulate, deceive, and bring chaos, fulfilling their purpose as agents of destruction. 2. The self-destructive nature of demons. It's no coincidence that the pigs rushed into the sea and drowned after being possessed. This reflects the self-destructive nature of demons. Jesus says in John chapter 10, verse 10, "The thief comes only to steal and kill and destroy." This statement encapsulates the nature of demons and their mission. Demons, as agents of Satan, thrive on destruction, whether it's the destruction of a human soul, a community, or even the natural order. Their very existence is marked by rebellion against God, and their goal is to mar his creation in any way they can. When the demons begged Jesus to send them into the herd of pigs, it wasn't out of reverence or submission, but because destruction is their nature. They had been driven out of the man they possessed, losing their grip on a human soul. In their desperation, they sought another outlet for their chaotic intentions. The pigs became their new target, a temporary substitute for the harm they could no longer inflict on the man. The outcome of their possession of the pigs reveals their true purpose. Immediately, the pigs rushed down a steep bank into the water and drowned in the sea. This act was not accidental, it was intentional. It showed that, whether they inhabit a person or an animal, demons aim to bring chaos and ruin to whatever they touch. This also highlights a stark contrast. While demons bring destruction, Jesus brings healing and restoration. The possessed man was living proof of this, set free from torment, clothed, and in his right mind. 3. A testimony to the region. By allowing the demons to enter the pigs, Jesus orchestrated a moment of power that could not be ignored. The sight of an entire herd, about 2,000 pigs, violently plunging into the sea was more than just an extraordinary event. It was a striking visual representation of the destructive nature of evil. This event was not just about freeing one man. It was a powerful revelation of Jesus' authority over the spiritual realm, extended to the Gentile community of the Gerasenes. In liberating the possessed man from the grip of a legion of demons, Jesus demonstrated that his power transcended not only the boundaries of the physical world, but also the cultural and religious divides of his time. Yet rather than celebrating the man's deliverance or recognizing the divine authority that had been displayed, the people reacted with fear and rejection. Instead of inviting Jesus to stay and transform their lives, they begged him to leave their region. This reaction serves as a warning. When faced with God's power, we can either embrace it or reject it out of fear. In that region, that pigs were sold and brought money in, and Jesus came to overthrow their money system because you have to leave everything to follow him. Application for today. So what does this story mean for us today? Here are a few takeaways. Trust in Jesus' power. Just as Jesus delivered the possessed man, he can deliver us from whatever spiritual battles we face. No demon or power of darkness is greater than him. Recognize the battle. This story reminds us that spiritual warfare is real. Ephesians chapter 6 verse 12 says, "For our struggle is not against flesh and blood, but against the rulers, against the authorities, against the powers of this dark world, and against the spiritual forces of evil in the heavenly realms." Value what God values. The story challenges us to value what God values. People over possessions. Are we willing to sacrifice material things for the sake of helping others and advancing God's kingdom? Respond to God's work. When we see God's power at work, let's respond with faith and gratitude, not fear or rejection. Invite him to stay and continue his work in your life. The story of Jesus casting demons into the pigs is a powerful reminder of his authority, the reality of spiritual warfare, and the value of every human soul. It's a call to trust in his power, align our values with his, and respond to his work with faith. What are your thoughts on this story? Share your insights in the comments below. We'd love to hear from you.